Thank you, Jasper and friends. Jasper calls you friends, so if he's your friend and you are his friends, I will call you friends too. So, and everybody else there. Tonight we're going to talk. Uh, Remember, I'm an auditor, but we're not going to do a PricewaterhouseCoopers audit tonight. That's what PW stands for, by the way, in its professional sense. But tonight I will use the abbreviation PWC to share something very fresh, which I've shared quite a bit already with other people, and they find it interesting and something you can use. I deliberately put the disclaimer on there. Remember, I used to be a partner at Pricewaterhouse as well, and that's why I'm very careful to use the abbreviation PWC. But if you go and Google, you'll find there are lots of people who are using the words PWC or the acronym or the abbreviation. It all depends on context, in which context you're using it. But for tonight, even though I am an auditor and also a pastor, we are going to talk about the concept PensiWorCation. That's where I'm coming from tonight. It's an abbreviation of pension, work, and vacation. Many years ago, a client of mine said to me, Danie, I just want to ask you a question. You know, he's actually a very, successful businessman, and he's in his early 50s. And he asked me about 10 years ago, he said, Danie, explain to me, I go on holiday a lot. I've got a very good business, and I've got to just take a break from time to time. But I think you are the only guy who takes more holidays than I do. And I said to him, really? He says, yes, I'm jealous. How do you do this? So this thought and this pattern comes with me, for many years. I do say, so I would later tell you, it's been coming for about 30 to 25 years. I started exploring this concept about 30 years ago, piecemeal. But tonight I'm going to share it with you, and you are one of the first who I'm doing this, even though I've done it before, on this line, on the video conferencing basis. I'd like to share with you the concept PensiWorCation, the combination or the fusion of these three words, which are different stages in our life. And even though I've got a disclaimer there, it says the presentation is not a PricewaterhouseCoopers endorsed program or product, although it was conceptualized and designed by one of their ex-partners. So I've been deliberate about it. I've learned a lot of things as I went through the partnership and, my own clients and so on. But, as I say, there must be a very good reason why PricewaterhouseCoopers retire their partners at the relatively young age of 60, while they still have a lot of kick. I mean, they could give you a lot still, but they go away. And if you go on Google, you'll find out that Pricewaterhouse has got a fantastic work-life balance philosophy. But this is not all. People love going to work there because, they earn good money there. But besides that, they've got a very good, interesting, balanced, I would like to use the word balanced work-life philosophy. They would send you on courses. Psychologists will actually give you good, pointers, practical advice as to how to, conduct your life. And, you ask yourself why, besides the fact that they got younger talent obviously coming through, that's why they want to, from a point of view of replacing the elder people, they release these retirees earlier on retirement because what they do is they free up their future. I'm also belonging to the alumni of PricewaterhouseCoopers. And this is exactly what you will be experiencing tonight or today on the other side of this presentation. We will cover the PWC concept, the mindset, and the lifestyle. So tonight we're going to share with you the concept. It's one of my brain children. It's a mindset that I'd like to introduce you to, and you will do the adaptation and try this at home and at work and everywhere. And then it becomes a lifestyle. So let's, we're going to give you time for asking questions later. But okay, so the first thing is, how do you design a perfect work-life mindset? Yes, your wife can also fit in there. So it's a work-life mindset. Okay. We often think about next weekend. I don't know what you do, but everybody else, even starting on Monday, first thing they start thinking about and planning is for the weekend or their next vacation, as a matter of fact. And they dream about all kinds of things other than work. They even talk about retirement and their pension. And I asked myself many years ago how wonderful it would be to do all that you want, when you want to, wherever you want to, with those you want to. It's obviously a big dream, but then there are these constant constraints of work and earning money and limited time that hold us back, to preclude us from doing what we actually want to do. You maybe want to do another career, something that you have a passion for. But the term going on pension, I'm sure everybody understands. Retirement and pension go hand in hand. It implies that an individual has reached a point in their life where they are retiring from a regular employment and will start, receiving a pension. But that's not where it ends. It signifies a transition from the workforce to a period of relaxation and leisure. And it's often associated with the later stages in their life. Now, tonight, I'm going to not only make you jealous, I'm going to inspire you to try this at home in your life. Now, the history of my PWC concept comes a long way. I've always been trying to find an easier way out. It's my lifestyle. It's my style. Everywhere I worked, I would always look for shortcuts. And these things became building blocks. I'm very much a thinker and a philosopher. And this is where my pastoral ministry as an ordained minister, and then obviously in the practice, which I'm still running, gives me the opportunity of exploring things, trying to juggle my professional and my personal life together with my calling as a minister of religion, which is actually my passion. I mean, there isn't money in that one. There are people who are making money on this, but I'm not one of those people. Don't take offerings and promise people things, healing and all that. That is a work of God. So I came up with various angles which provided me, a piecemeal, this chain of thought, or this train of thought that led me to the PWC discovery. And here they are. This mindset will make you plan better. And even if you don't enjoy it today yet, you will definitely want to do this. Jasper, you are on the right track with your gig and all the other entrepreneur things that you're doing, all the endeavors. You won't believe this. You're probably one of those guys who are already doing it, but you must just do it a bit better, I think. Okay. This mindset will make you plan better and make better decisions and create an awareness that will bring you a lot of joy, gives you a lot of fulfillment, and there will be a lot of purpose in it. To live your life with your eyes wide open. Now, here are the coordinates that led me to the discovery. I wouldn't say by accident, but it was I'm sure it's in God's plan, but it was quite an amazing thing. I only discovered years after I practiced this lifestyle that there's a philosophy behind it. Right, so remember, this is the concept, but I'm going to introduce you to the mindset now. Okay, right. So first of all, I started with the idea of my time. We always do things for other people, working on other people's projects, and we earn some money that way. But so I said to myself, I need some time for myself. I need to spend time with myself and my family. But sometimes just with myself to think, pray, and meditate. And then I came up with the idea of, right, let's do the American football. They got this time out thing where they're in the middle of the game, they would have a 2-minute timeout and they would strategize and then start over again. They share some ideas and plans. Sometimes it's a good idea to just have a timeout and think back, what did you have in mind? Maybe you forgot it while you're in the midst of the heat of the situation. And then I later said to myself, wait a minute, I need more than just a bit of time and a time out. I need a whole day for myself. So I sat down and I said to myself, what is my day? It wasn't Saturday because that belongs to the family, shopping and all those things, maybe the sport. And then Sundays, I believe, is the day of the Lord, even though we've forgotten that. But I said to myself, what day? So I took Monday. And I said, let's call it my day. So I started telling my clients, I'm not available today. I've got a my day. And they asked me, what is this? So I explained it to them and they said, I like this. I want to do it as well. My day is the day that you do what you want to do. It's your day. You can take the day off or half of the day. And then I realized there were only two kinds of days. There were my days and Mondays, where Mondays are the money days. And as I grew older, I realized, wait a minute, I wanted more my days than money days. So I took some more days off. And that's where I find myself today. I'm not on retirement, but this is the next step I want to introduce you into, virtual retirement. You see, virtual retirement is, we're living in a world where everything is virtual. We got a virtual life almost. Everything is virtual. We got virtual conferences. We can't touch each other. And I said to myself, wait a minute, when does that happen? And having written a book about debt trap or debt free, I realized when I was 45, this concept came to me in 1997. And I said to myself, wait a minute, I just wrote this book called Debt Trap or Debt Free, and I'm starting to feel freer because my debt, our debt is paid. And I realized, but because I haven't got debt, I've got almost like a virtual retirement thing, because that's what people long. They want to actually be old and have all their debts paid off. And I wrote the ebook called Just Simp It. That gave me some ideas, and that brought me to the multifaceted approach of PWC, pension, work, and vacation, PensiWorCation. So I realized that the secret is not to be found like this is a panacea. It's a magic wand that, it's a one-step-fits-all situation, but you can grow into it. It is a gradual process. It's not a do-or-die exercise or examination which you have to pass today. You can try again tomorrow and the day after, next week. But you got to buy into this process or trend, which is influenced by changing the trajectory of your approach to spending, your time, your thoughts, in other words, your mindset, and the way you think and experience your reality. Those are the elements. Not going to go through all of that. But if you have a look at that, you'll see that there's the my time, time out, my days, weekends, vacations, and then at the end you've got retirement and pension. So while at work, we generally sit and think and dream about vacations and all kinds of wonderful things, but we got to do the job first. Weekends or vacations, retirement, they differ from each other because the one is longer than the other one. Ask me. I mean, when I see people retired, they also look tired. Some people look retarded. So I actually threw the word rest tired in there. I actually in retirement. I rest a bit more than I used to in the old days, but I even rest while I'm working because I like what I'm doing. So what would happen if we merge all these temporary things which are normally reserved for when you're on permanent retirement? This is almost like a head, it's a mindset. It's like a game, virtuality. Let's go there. So you ask yourself, is this possible? You're going to run into some problem. Yes, of course you are. But you're going to solve them, and I'm going to actually help you. We can even talk about this next time, when we have our last session in November, actually October. But I'll try and see how far I can get tonight. I believe it is possible. There will be challenges, but this is how it might work. There are 4 things you got to remember. This is a flexible work arrangement that you will have to get used to. Yes, if you're in full-time employment, it might be challenging, but I'm talking to a lot of business people now. People who actually manage their lives, they take time off, and they take so many clients on, and they're consultants and so on. But there are personal development days. They incorporate personal development days into your work routine. It allows you to take time off for self-improvement and learning new skills. Doesn't mean you start dying or something. You're not going to go on retirement. You just build it into your plan. Mindfulness, which is something you heard a lot about. Mindfulness is being in the present moment, and that comes into your work-life balance. Integrating all these things, mindfulness, focusing on your work-life balance, can create a sense of being present in this moment, even during work time. I mean, if you'll be careful if you, in a factory, you cut your fingers off if you're not in the present moment, but obviously you're not doing that. So you got to plan for this transition. See at the bottom, I say the PWC mindset it becomes a lifestyle. It incorporates retirement planning into your working life. It can help you ensure a smooth transition when you do eventually go on retirement by actively preparing for retirement. So you'll see there's a smooth transfer when it happens. Very quickly, my days and Mondays, I've given the whole story away already. You will find in my book, God, Money and You, at the bottom there, an ebook I wrote, God, Money and You. There's a whole chapter, an article which I wrote many years ago as to what my day is and what it entails. And it could be any day of the week, actually, as long as you don't transgress on your Sundays and your family time. It could be a half a day, but you could be half a take the Wednesday afternoon and the Friday afternoon off, for example, if you can. Otherwise, take the whole day off. I'm saying, in my opinion, modern day man's 7-day work essentially only consists of 2 kinds of days, Mondays and my days. Mondays, you're working on money, you're earning money, you're spending money, you're planning, you're investing, you're doing management. And then, of course, there's my day. So you can gradually take more my days, and then one day you'll find out you're retired. Not retarded, you're retired. So I did say, you got to simp your life. S stands for security. You got to remember, security is very important. From medical insurance to your short-term insurance to job security and all those things. Once you handle that, the security, and remember there's spiritual security when your name is written in the book of life, security. Identity, you must know who you are, what your purposes are, what your purpose is, and what you're trying to achieve in your life. Management, the word I've coined, the art of managing yourself and your money. I put it deliberately as a one, yourself are normally 2 words, but you're so close to you can talk about it's actually yourself, but your money is normally 2 words, but let's make it personal, yourself and your money. So you got to just learn to manage these things, okay? S for security, identity, management. The P for purpose, and I've told you what it stands for. Pleasing God, you're a unique individual, you got a unique purpose. You got to do resource management, planning, ownership, stewardship, and enthusiasm, and eternity. That's what you're working on. Remember, we got to get this eternal view, eternal worth. Simplifying one's life involves making, and this is the word I'd like to emphasize, intentional choices to prioritize what truly matters in your life. Simplifying your life is a personal journey, and everybody's is different. One size doesn't fit all. Now, here we're getting to the nitty-gritty. The PW mindset: embrace balance, fulfillment, and purpose. The key concept here, which I've highlighted there, is striving for balance, rethinking priorities, living in a present moment, virtual retirement, which could be, you could be on retirement anytime between now and next Sunday, for a few minutes, for a couple of hours, for a whole day if you want to. Why do you want to wait until you're old and gray and you haven't got energy before you go on retirement? Because that's one of the anomalies of retirement. You might have the money, but you haven't got the energy. And then obviously you've got to do a paradigm shift. So I'm calling you tonight you want to go with me on an action-packed journey, the PWC mindset, PensiWorCation, which empowers us to create a life that resonates with our values and desires. Not going to go through each thing there, but the PW mindset is all about reimagining your work and your leisure, prioritizing personal fulfillment, embracing the present, and plan for a meaningful future. At the bottom there, I'm putting it all together by saying the PWC mindset is an invitation to live life fully, to challenge conventional norms. I mean, who said we got to do things this way or that way? You can break away and be a bit of a, teenager there, just break away, to embrace a holistic approach that fosters absolutely balance, fulfillment, and purpose by adapting the PWC mindset. We embark on a journey that transcends traditional boundaries, unlocking a life that is not only well lived, but deeply enriching. Now, here are the way you're going to challenge your conventional mindset. Remember, it's all about balancing your life, work, personal life, and all the other stuff in between. When we talk about work-life balance, the word balance falls short because we can't always balance things the way we want it. Work-life balance, while important, isn't the ultimate fulfillment. Tell me. Transcending binary, single-minded notions. We're here to explore a new perspective, one that goes beyond the old balance paradigm. That's not good enough anymore. Got to think outside the box. Life matters first. That's a clue. I propose a shift where where life matters come before work matters. I'm going to show you how. We've got to infuse purpose. We've got to reimagine. I actually coined a word many years ago when I was in Disney World. I thought about the word imaginate. There's a song as you go through those little cars, they sing a song, imagination, and they go on and goes on and you see all these wonderful futuristic things. Now I'm saying we've got to imaginate. We've got to reimaginate our work as a meaningful expression of who we are rather than a mere obligation. And then we come to the PWC mindset, introducing the PWC mindset as a revolutionary approach to work, life, and fulfillment. There are 5 steps I want to take you through. It's quick, it's easier to just mention them. It's going to take you a long time to get hold of all these things and master them, but a long time could be a week, could be a year, I don't know, but if you just set out on a journey, reflect on your values and aspirations. Take time to identify what truly matters to you. Consider your passions, your dreams, and your long-term goals. Then you start prioritizing your life matters. Challenge the traditional order of work, maintenance, and life matters. I specifically, and you will remember at the beginning of this year when I started talking about time, I said it's all about you. This is me. Remember, TIME stands for this is me. It was about time, intellect, your influence, money, and energy. Just take you back all the way. Go and look at the first one in the series. Challenge the traditional order of work, maintenance, and life. Because that's how it is. Work, we do management and maintenance. We don't make money out of it. But there are these chores. And then put life matters first. Focus on joy, relationships, and personal growth. Reimagine your work and leisure. Explore how work, vacation, and retirement can coexist. This is really something that can be done. You can be on holiday and do some work with all this video conferencing and internet, all these things. And you can also, a guy said to me one day, I must share this. It was in Harry Smith. I was the pastor there in the early 1980s. And I said to his name was also Danie. And I said to him, Danie, where were you this morning? I didn't see you in church. I was preaching to everybody else, but you weren't there. And you're actually, a deacon. He said to me, Pastor, I've got to just be honest with you. I was playing golf. And I said, are you kidding? Out at Kwakwa. He says, yes, I was sitting there. I was Harry Smith. He said, I was playing golf. I'm not lying to you. I found it's not so much of a sin to sit, to play golf and long for the church than to sit in church and long for the golf course. So I got the pointer there. Okay. So you've got to integrate these elements of vacation and retirement into your daily routine. The dilemma we have is obviously what you see there. I hate my job, but I need the money. We often experience the common sentiment of feeling trapped between work and personal fulfillment. Need the money. And then the fifth item there is rethinking the priorities. Explore the traditional order of priorities. I listed them there. Work, maintenance, and then life. Now, let me show you how I do it. I have this very simple, I used to have this very simple schedule on my desk, my own diary, starting off with money and dollars and work. And you'll see there are 7 slots. Monday, Tuesday, you see on the right-hand side, those dark red slots there. They're going through their columns. And then maintenance and management, I don't earn anything, but you got to do it. If you don't do it, nobody does it. Even if you get a plumber out, you got to pay for them, but it's maintenance you got to look after. And then my life and my ministry. So I couldn't understand why I wasn't moving forward. So I said to myself, hey, I've got to change this. How do I shift this thing? I've got to have the life matters first. So I introduced the concept of prioritizing life matters before work. And this is what it looks like. Very simple. All you do is just switch it around. Life and ministry first, maintenance, and then we get to the work. Of course, if you're an employee and you don't have any flexibility, you'll soon lose your job and you can only work on the first 2. Of course, you mustn't do that. But life and ministry, give that a shot. And what does it entail? My life and ministry means all kinds of things. The power of planning, that's what I put in there. Monitoring, exercising, prayer, meditation, your family and your friends, and your ministry, writing, and whatever you enjoy in life. Preaching, just do what if you're an artist, go and draw a picture, painting. And then this is how you plan your life, your day. You can put 1 day each in there, or you can do this, my life and ministry, I'll spend until about 11 o'clock in the morning or something. You can break your day up like that. And then your maintenance and management obviously always starts with your admin. You got to worry about your properties and your investments and motor vehicles. And then the general stuff, the stuff that frustrates you. Normally, there used to be paperwork, and the work isn't done if the paperwork hasn't been done. And then you get to the work. You can schedule your clients. Certain days of the week belong to you. So I'm inviting you to say, well, let's embrace the power of the present moment, here and now. Don't wait until one day, because tomorrow might never come. The present moment is the precious gift that God has given us. It's a present from God, the canvas upon which we paint our experiences. By injecting mindfulness, know what you're doing, be aware, and gratitude put it into each day. You unlock the joy of the simple pleasures in life. Maybe it's coffee with your family and a ginger cookie, Engage your senses fully. Taste, touch, smell, hear, and see the beauty around you while drawing each breath with thankfulness. PWC Mindset invites you to celebrate the richness of the present, enhancing your daily life without being a prisoner of the past or living prematurely in the future, because that's what debt is, right? You live in the future. Now, I've got a philosophy which goes like this. Today is part of the future. It's part of tomorrow, not part of the past. I celebrate it with conscious gratitude and awareness. I even make this statement in one of my books, Money Rules. Living in the present moment is the equivalent of enjoying the cash in your pocket, not borrowed against your future. Debt, look at this one. Debt, guilt, and regret go hand in hand. The first, which is obviously debt, comes about living in the future because you've got to pay the debt back. And that's why you feel guilty. The other two by living in the past. Cash money represents living in the present moment right here, right now. Isn't that a thought? Virtual retirement, you can go read there. Virtual retirement is to take retirement earlier, as if you're in the virtual world called retirement, and you still got all your senses. You got some money, you haven't got all the money you want, but you can have a break. And you can take a day off every week, for example, or every, 1 day off every week, or maybe a few hours, the My Day thing. So the concept is very simple. It's a virtual retirement thing. I formulated in 1997. It refers to a state or lifestyle where this is which is not sustained by debt. You're out of debt. You work towards it, and then you're out of debt. It involves using your talents for God and others' benefit, not for yourself only, at the same time enjoying it. It's achieved through financial independence and purposeful living. You don't have to be a multimillionaire to do this. You just need to live simpler, right? And then underlying driver, it's God. There are two drivers. It's a personal relation with Jesus Christ, always seeking his guidance in everything. And then yourself, you've got a role to play. Responsible management of your resources and your desires. Thirdly, what are the prerequisites for virtual retirement? Debt-free living and a lifestyle adjustment. Willingness. You've got to have a willingness to align these lifestyle. If you see what benefits. Now, the benefits, you can go and read. You can take a picture of the slide. You'll see it's amazing. It's amazing to be in a virtual retirement life situation. So, I'm not concluding yet, but I'm going to try. Right. I'm going to unleash with you, with your cooperation, the power of PensiWorCation in your life. It's a groundbreaking fusion of 3 specific dimensions in your life: pension, work, and vacation, the PWC. It's a transformative mindset that redefines the traditional work-life balance. Remember, we're not starting with work anymore. We're going to start with a life. It says offering a new paradigm of holistic fulfillment where the point of departure is to focus on the life-work balance instead of the work-life. PWC empowers us to not merely balance and exist through these things every day, but to seamlessly integrate them, creating a symphony of purpose, joy, and well-being in the present moment. No longer positioning or putting yourself out there, postponing benefits retirement until one day when you're old and gray, but to access them today by allocating time for each of these components in your day or in your week, scheduling your activities accordingly because your life matters. This is what we're talking about. Your life matters. Your life matters. So let's get the life matters in there first. Experience the power of PWC. I get so excited about this because it works. And embarks on a journey where each moment is an opportunity for harmony, self-discovery. Now let's go finally. There are 10 steps to implement the PWC mindset. Step 1, live a God-centered life. Anchor your life in faith and spirituality. You'll see where I'm coming from now. Step 2, embrace your calling and purpose. You got one. Discover your passion and purpose early on in your life. Still young enough. Step 3, attain financial freedom. Work at it. Commit to a debt-free life from today onwards. Step 4, self-examination and discovery. Nobody else can do it for you. You can talk to people, but you've got to actually sit down and put in the hard yards. Engage in self-reflection and document your journey. Step 5, shift from temporal things to eternal things. Move away from materialism to values that last longer, like eternally. Then the 6th step, seek wisdom and pray. You can find it in the Word of God or your friends. Maybe you've got a very good family member, a good friend, which can bring into your accountability group. Regularly study the Word and maintain a prayerful life. 7, embrace opportunities with caution. Don't just jump at every opportunity to make money. Evaluate all prospects through the lens of your value system. Step 8, create your unique program. Tailor a schedule to harmonize your life maintenance and work in that order. Step 9, cultivate gratitude. It comes naturally after a while. Just say thank you to Jesus, or thank you to whoever gives you something. Remain thankful for provision, mercy, and grace. Somebody once said, what must I do to give my heart to the Lord? And he said, well, all you got to do is just say yes to Jesus. Right. Step 10, the promise of Matthew 6:33 is so powerful because it's all said there. Trust that prioritizing God's kingdom. We're spending time on that one. leads to all else falling into place. Now I'm starting to conclude. I'm really concluding now. Take me seriously. I have written this in a third person because if I say this is my this and my that, well, this is my story. You'll see behind me there's a picture which my daughter, a digital picture which she has done in a book that we wrote together, Your Soul Story Guide, which is found on Amazon, Amazon. And she put my stuff together. I gave her the last 20 years, pictures, digital things, and grouped it through. And I said to her, have a look at this. And then she came up with this amazing story of my life. So I'm saying, meet a living testament to the PWC mindset, someone who's embraced this philosophy for 25 years and I can confirm it truly works. Presenting to you, yours truly, who interestingly was once a partner at PricewaterhouseCoopers, the other PWC, and is now an official PWC alumni. But then I started a new thing, the PWC mindset. With I've got dual careers in chartered accountancy and ordained minister. Passionately lived and breathed and advocated PWC principles, not only PWC PricewaterhouseCoopers, because I believe we need to be disciplined and balance our lives, hardworking. But my books and sermons and seminars always talk about these same cornerstones. You can find them on Amazon, everywhere else, on my YouTube. All began when I realized virtual retirement at the age of 45. It was a grace of God gift. Jasper can tell you all about that. I knew him even then. My life stands a formula for fulfillment. You can do your own thing, but work, emulate these things, try, change, adapt them. And this is proof that PWC is more than a concept. It's reality in my life, transforms your life. This is my soul story. You'll see I even spelled the word testimony different there. Because in the middle of the test and the money is me, I, you, the integer, the I am, in your case, my life, the me, the identity. God gave me the money and then he tested me with it. He still tests me with it. Living the PWC mindset, I live it to the glory of God. And you'll see at the bottom there, it says, it's Danie's soul story. And there's only one word, fulfilled. My daughter, when she drew this, I said, what do you see? She says, fulfilled, because she knew we've been all over the place. And we've also been standing on the word of God. There are the books. I'm little, I think I was 10 years old when that picture was taken there. This one, yeah. I was 10 years old. And yeah, today we're sitting, we've got books written there. How do I conclude? Very simple. There are 10 things you need to know, which are the factors that are the secrets in the transition process. Stay away from debt. Spend within your means, talking financially. Live within yourself. Now, that doesn't mean, it's nothing to do with money. It's about your talents. It's about your time. Don't overcommit yourself emotionally, in time, and all kinds of things. Don't be a hypocrite or a hypocrite. Just live within yourself. Take all the stress away. Avoid overcommitment. Balance today and tomorrow, because you might not be here tomorrow. Shifting from materialism to eternal worth. Studying wisdom. Examining the opportunities. Design your own schedule. And cultivate gratitude. Finally, here are the 5 root secrets of why this thing works. I'll put that at the top there. These critical secrets form the cornerstone of PwC's viability and attractiveness. Their synergy empowers individuals to create a life that resonates with their passion, their values, their aspirations, leading to sustained satisfaction and holistic well-being. First of all, it's a holistic integration. It goes beyond compartmentalizing your life into work, leisure, and retirement. Many years ago, we used to have at Dion's, I don't know whether you remember them, they used to have home, work, and play. And that's where you found what you were looking for. You'll go to the home section if you need something for the kitchen, okay, or the house. Work and play accordingly. But you got to actually stop compartmentalizing. There must be invisible compartments, but you could merge and integrate these things. Proactive planning. Think ahead. You learn from your past mistakes and see what works. People do these things in the business world. PWC requires intentional planning. If it doesn't fit, throw it out. And personalize your schedule by thoughtful allocating time for work, leisure, pleasure, and self-care, of course. Financial wisdom. There are places. You can do courses. You can read a book. You can speak to wise older people. Go and ask your pastor or your minister, can he give you some ideas about financial wisdom? You've got to do a mindset transformation. The old mindset will not take you here where I'm taking you today. PWC initiates a mindset shift. Finally, you got to do a spiritual alignment with a focus on God's provision. PWC aligns with spiritual principles of trust, stewardship, and seeking divine guidance in everything you do. This spiritual foundation offers peace, direction, and a deeper sense of purpose throughout the PWC journey. I've told you, it's there. Try it. It works. God bless you. Thank you very much, Jasper, for the opportunity. You are welcome if you want to ask some questions and make some comments.